I'm sure that even then, my love for you would still grow in leaps and bounds. I love you, Lucy, now and always, Dot. Lucy's heart trembled chaotically and tears suddenly streamed down her beautiful face as Landon spoke. He secretly gave out a signal with his fingers. And just then, fireworks went off. Boom, 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 boom. The fireworks had spelled out the words, I love you, Lucy, brightly in the sky. And when she saw it, she clasped her hands around her mouth in shock, before turning around to see Landon's charming smile. Subconsciously, they leaned closely to each other. And just like that, they had a perfect date kiss under the illuminating fireworks. At this point, the ladies, as the other buildings couldn't take it anymore, Dot. Oh my heavens, I'm going to faint. This, His Majesty really knows how to treat a woman properly. That's it. The next man who talks to me had to show me his resume. And I should be able to see.
Well, this is just joyous. The perfect backdrop as both sides look to clear the first hurdle. Supporters here in terrific numbers. So will they be going back happy at the end of 90 minutes? Have a look at this. It is what you anticipate here these days in London North 7. An undulating red and white wave, an Arsenal wave which envelops the team.
Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. Gabriel Jesus.
Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
Yeah, Raphael Varane. He's solid in the air, Peter. He's tough in the tackle and a very good reader of the game. Most of all, though, if something goes wrong when the opposition break through, he's got the pace to get back and make a vital intervention.
OK, interesting. There's the crossfield ball. Bruno Fernandes. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Odegaard. Good take by the keeper, he's read that well. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Gabriel Jesus. And that interception was most necessary. Looking for the runner. They're urging him to... He's had a shot! And that has earned a reprieve for the time being. Garnacho. Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
Menu. Bruno Fernandes. Looking for the run. That's a good ball out wide. Aimed in towards the centre. Over to the left. Nicely weighted ball. Oh, that's a fine interception. Manchester United, so far, providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. Pass somewhat off target. Gabriel Jesus. Højlund. He's looking wide. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Well, they've got it again. Has a go! Goal! Manchester United! Manchester United take the lead. A momentary lapse exploited with glee. Manchester United have their opener. It is a goal of real significance.
Yeah, although that first goal is a welcome boost, they can't afford to ease off now. To do that would simply be inviting danger.
Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. That's a throw. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. Gets a good foot in there. McAllister. Some resolute defending there. It's a pretty loose pass. Odegaard. Nkunku. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. He's picked his way through. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
Rice. McAllister. Diaz. Big chance! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
It's quite a show he's putting on here. This is excellent work.
Arsenal with the corner, they're first. In for a header! Went with his head, but couldn't steer it in. Diogo Dalot. And it's Casemiro.
Gabriel Jesus.
Played out to the left flank.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Nkunku.
And no, that was never going to make it. And that'll be the final action of the first half. Steady, solid, and for now, where they want to be. Just one goal, and they have it. Good effort from both sides, but at half-time, it is 1-0.
Well, this team has found a real rhythm to their game. The players seem to have clicked well. There's good movement off the ball. The passes are sticking. No one's afraid to have a go.
Manchester United happy to have the lead in a tight old game. Half-time, 1-0.
Substitution.
And we're off again.
Manchester United carrying a 1-goal lead.
Kulusevski. McAllister. Manchester United come out this half somewhat altered.
Well, we're certainly going to see a change in personnel. We'll see if the system changes with it.
He's in a good position here. Garnacho.
This is the time you need that pace.
And Casemiro. Menu. Now it's Martial. Bruno Fernandes. Garnacho. He has found the way through. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Rafael Varane. And it's Casemiro. Not the most accurate pass. Now it's Gabriel Jesus. He shifted it to the flank. Oh, that's fabulous.
Team still separated by the game's only goal.
Bruno Fernandes. To Martinez. Menu. Nkunku did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Well, no joy this time. Can he get it through? Oh, super ball!
Gabriel Jesus! And it's in!
Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Listen, he would have been advised to do that as a kid, and it's obviously etched in his mind now.
Final checks on the touchline. A change about to occur.
Yeah, they're looking for some imagination, and his job's going to be to add that element of craft and guile. The man pulling the strings.
Arsenal grab the equaliser, and we're all square.
Oh, look, Peter, I was on the fence before a ball was kicked, and I still haven't moved.
Ødegaard. Oh, good read.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Massive leap! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. He's done well to get his head on that, but couldn't score.
You really could have done with engaging those crossers much higher up the pitch there. This isn't good defending.
Who saw this coming? From the cusp of victory to the cusp of desperation. Rice. McAllister. Oh, important interception. Manchester United are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should they need a rise.
Yeah, and I think if you're looking for change in a tight game like this, Peter, it's all about getting the timing right.
Forwards and with intent. Now it's Gabriel Jesus. The pressing's intense and it's paid off. Now that's well seen too. Now he's off and running. Diogo Dalot calmly anticipates. Diaz. McAllister. Saka. And he's managed to get free.
Yeah. Huh?
And it's pulled back.
Huh?
No, that's not going to find its target.
But
To set free a runner. And they're back on the ball again. Oh, that is a good ball to find him.
I need the father.
And that's not going to reach. Well, that's clear cut. It's a free kick.
Substitution in progress.
Bob. Hombre, este viene shorty, yeah? Hombre, este shorty. Hombre, este shorty. Yeah. No, not really do. Yeah? Yeah, same the shorty. No. Hmm? Yeah, no. Yeah. Hmm? Yeah, no, you're fine. Bring it down. There's nobody saying that. No. Yeah. Come à faire lit si on
Time in for the first substitution of the game.
So, no. Bob. Aman.
Oh, that is asking for trouble. He is through here. Oh, well played. Can he finish? Oh, no. That could be a costly miss.
Or maybe the tension around this game played a part in that, because he should have put them ahead then.
Arsenal have their second corner now. Shaw did well to stay calm there. Lo Celso. Gakpo! Goal! Arsenal! And the comeback is complete. Not a defender in sight. He had all the time in the world.
Yeah, I really can't say enough as to how good the final ball was. It took the defence out of the equation for that split moment, and the damage was all done.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Arsenal go into the lead.
Well, I think you can write this lot off at your peril. It's been a joy to watch them hold themselves right back into it. Now, can they hang on?
There will be 3 minutes added time.
Added time going up here, it's 3 minutes. And he welcomes it in. Gusto.
Footballing width usually identifies with running room, and we've just seen a prime example.
Rice. And there goes the final whistle. Manchester United can look back at this result with regret. A front foot start, but they were ultimately made to pay for their inability to kill it off. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
During their entire 6-month journey, they had also raised several other merchant ships and killed others as well, and coupled with their massive fleet of 46 ships, it was pretty hard for their victims to put up a proper fight against them. As for Captain Kirkwood, he on the other hand went back toward his private cabin. He had to review the mission again and make sure that there weren't any mistakes. Their ruler, the great Perulius, had given them one task, and that was to conquer Arcadine. To start off, they were to go toward the most deserted regions and make claim to those regions first. Then they would slowly build up more forces and eventually overrun Arcadine, just like they had done when uniting all the empires within their own continent. Greg. Captain Kirkwood bellowed. Yes, Captain, replied a the-eyed man, who was coated with a veneer of thick, luscious black hair across his chest and face. His visible and tough exterior usually made others shiver with fear at the sight of his gigantic frame. His face had several dried-up stab wounds, as well as some men. Indeed, to many a man, this fellow here could even frighten the dead with his gruesome appearance. Greg, take a look at this, Kirkwood said, while passing a parchment paper towards his second-in-command. Even though Kirkwood was confident in the rest of his men, one could never be too sure when it concerned important missions. The walls might have ears, and spies might be listening in on them even at this very moment. Hence he passed the paper to Greg instead. A few minutes later, Greg lifted his face in an understanding manner. Consider it done, master. Good. Soon with this in motion, Arcadina would belong to Adonis. Chapter 344, leaving once more. Battleships moved creak. The early morning chimes of nature continuously resounded within the city unhurriedly, and rather than waking the people up from their deep slumber, the melody instead provided a subtle lullaby for all who subconsciously heard it. And within a particular region, several people could be seen. Ring, 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 ring. The alarms went off, and the men and women woke up confusedly, as they heard the loud, annoying alarms echoing throughout their dormitories. Since when were alarms used in waking them up? What the hell was going on here? The ringing sounds were too out of the norm for them. And soon, a sense of crisis quickly washed over them, and just like that, they were up. They jumped out of their beds hurriedly, wore their clothes, and fled out of their dormitories as if their lives depended on it. Some ran while trying to tie up their shoelaces, and others ran while wearing their pants, shirts, and so on. It was really helter-skelter around their living quarters, as people from other dormitories met up with each other and ran towards the massive hall. And once they stepped out, they saw their supervisors, who then hurried them towards the largest hall within the premises. The hall was as large as two massive warehouses joined together, as it was meant to accommodate all of them at once during formal occasions. Move. Follow the person in front of you, the supervisors bellowed. Din. As the men ran, they also conversed amongst themselves, as they felt that the whole scenario was somewhat odd to begin with. Do you have any idea about what's going on? Asked a confused soldier, who was currently running alongside his friends. Not at all. Emma's lost us Ubro. Ah, we under attack? Asked another in a whispery tone. Aye. Dot. We might be under attack right at this very moment. True. Dot. But who would do so? So early in the morning. I agree. I don't think that it's an attack at all. Maybe they are introducing a new method of training to us. Underscore. Dot. Mumble, mumble, mumble. A series of whispery murmurs could be heard from the confused running soldiers. Din, 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 din. As soon as they got into the massive hall, they swiftly lined up within the massive hall. They were currently at the Coast Guard, Navy, Marine Academy within the upper region, and standing before them was His Majesty and several other supervisors and leaders within the Academy. Dot. A few minutes went by very quickly, and soon everyone had been thoroughly brought up to speed about the whole situation. Of course, for everyone here, they had all assumed that Landon had gotten this info from those hidden spies of his, and even though they didn't know if the news was fake or not, they chose to believe in Landon instead. They now had a brief understanding of this Temple of Adonis, and had also gotten info about their purpose in sailing towards Arcade Dean. Dot. The more the soldiers listened, the more excited they became. One should know that they had been training within this academy for close to a year now, and had yet to take on any missions, so how could they not get excited? Plus, they truly wanted these battleships in action. It was time to test those bad boys out. Dot. For this mission, 400 Marines would be participating in it, as well as 200 Navy officers and 200 Coast Guards would be going too. So if anyone here wants in on the mission, once this assembly is over, they would be given just 5 hours to pack up before we head out. We will be carrying out sign-ups within this same hall for the next 2 hours tops. And remember, only the first 400 Marines, 200 Navy officers, and 200 Coast Guards that sign up will be able to take on this mission. Underscore. Dot. At this point, the
possession of extra time. Thank you very much as always for your questions. You're very rude to me today, Frank.
Oh, well, he's been rude about the Trippier stuff.
Oh, yeah,
Not during the show.
No, it was all... Don't go down that road again. It was a mistake to even guide us down that road. We went off on a very...
Well, in the tete-a-tete at the bar watching TV, and he invited us to come, and he offered us a beer.
Yeah.
So we had a beer, so you...
And he did pay for that beer.
Yeah.
I did pay for it. I paid. We went out for dinner. I paid, didn't we? Didn't I, Frank? Frank, what? I paid for dinner when we went out.
Well, look.
True. Yeah, you go through there.
Listen,
There we are.
We're going out after this.
Yes, I'm not paying that. That's it. You can have some quarters.
Victoria, because she's not here to talk about it, Kay is in charge tonight.
So this Kay's paying.
Kay is paying.
Well,
She's not here.
we're going out later, and hopefully Dan will pay. No chance. Absolutely no chance.
We'll let you know.
Not happening. Shaka's coming as well. I'm coming.
Exactly, so you should take Shaka out as well.
Why do I owe him dinner? I saved his life. Right, come on, serious. This is a soccer show, not messing around. Thoughts on Kobe Mainoo's Euro performance thus far, and will that translate to his development at United?
I think he's been absolutely outstanding.
Yeah.
And to be fair, not just at the Euros, ever since he pushed in the pitch for Manchester United, I think this kid has just come on, just continued to amaze in every single regard. The only question is, why wasn't he used from the start? But I think that has now been kind of buried. He will be a mainstay figure for a long time.
That's the thing that I'm a little bit upset about Southgate, because he was forced to do that because he couldn't find that was the real enigma who's going to play alongside Rice. He would have tried maybe Palmer, he would have tried maybe Gordon after some games where Saka and Foden couldn't find their rooms and their talent and show their talent. Maybe we would have seen something else from England. And he was so conservative that nothing happened. Mainly was that because he was forced. It's not because he decided to. And that's kind of a shame for me.
Who do you think, Maga, will win Player of the Tournament if Spain win?
I think it will be, well, it all depends on what happens in the final, but the clamour for, you mean Lamal to win it will be intense, won't it?
Yeah, Danny almost definitely got it.
I personally think after the year he's had, it should be somebody like Rodri, to be very honest. I think he makes the team tick. He hardly gives the ball away. I'm a huge fan of his. And I get the fact that the wingers are explosive, and the wingers, of course, one of them, 16, stroke 17, now going into the final. He scored that wonderful goal in the semi-final. But I think the brains behind the Spanish team is Rodri in the middle of the
Overall, I think Nico Williams has been better than Lamine Yamal for me.
Right.
Yeah, he's been more consistent. Lamine Yamal made a huge impact against France and showed his talent to the world, that's for sure. But overall, consistently, if I have to choose between the two, I will go for Nico Williams because he was a big surprise.
You could throw in Fabian Ruiz. What would you, Danny?
Do you think he'd get Player of the Tournament, the question is? Nico Williams will get Player of the Tournament.
I'm not sure I understand the question.
Who would get, if Spain win, who would get Player of the Tournament?
Oh, Player. I would go for Rodri for me, because I don't like, again, individual awards because it doesn't mean anything to me. But I think Cucurella